Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Shefali Burns, your host. And today I'm doing a special call, just me and you. So I thought I would talk about, something that's really important to me, and it's about being who you truly are. And sometimes we don't know what that means, and we hear about it a lot. We hear it said on other shows, other people say, "Be who you truly are." But what does that mean? And what does it mean to be authentic? And when people talk about raise your vibration, what does that mean? And so today I'm going to give a little bit of information about being authentic, being who you truly are. We're going to raise your vibration during the call. We're going to connect to who we truly are. We're going to clear some limiting beliefs, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and energies that are holding you back from being who you truly are. And we're going to do some activations and transmissions as well to help you to raise your vibration, to fill you up. So, of course, as always, before we start, we're going to do a short little centering process exercise. So I invite you all to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, just to center and clear. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And also just imagine that you're standing under a crystal clear waterfall. And just imagine how peaceful that feels, how yummy that feels, how beautiful that feels. And just imagine all your thoughts and worries and feelings of the day going down into the water, all your feelings and emotions. Yeah, everything just going down into the water because, you don't need to deal with them right now. So today, right now, in this moment, in this hour that we have, we're just going to focus and be present. So just imagine all that being washed away and you're all shiny and new and clean. And all those feelings and emotions and thoughts are all going down into Mother Earth to be transmuted. And we're also going to connect with the heart chakra of Mother Earth. So just imagine yourself sitting in the heart core of Mother Earth, deep, deep, deep down into the earth. And if you can even imagine roots growing out of your feet, really going deep, deep into the ground. And feel that love, feel that support, feel that stability. And have that feeling, that love, have that energy come up through those roots, through your feet, all the way up, all the way into your whole body, all your cells, all the way to the top of your head and beyond. Just feel that in your whole being. And we're also going to connect to the great central sun, source, spirit, creator. And you can also imagine branches growing out of your hands, reaching up into the sky, up into the cosmos, up into the heavens, beyond the sun and into the great central sun. And feel that connection. Feel that joy, that bliss, that oneness. Just feel that and bring that energy down into your being through your head, your crown chakra, and your energy field all the way down to the bottom of your toes. And we're just going to take a deep breath in again in the heart center and the heart chakra just to integrate all of these energies. And I invite you to be open to receiving information, wisdom, energy, love, and acceptance during this call from me, from my angels and guides, from the universe. So I invite my higher self to come in and my I am presence, your higher self and I am presence, my guides and angels and your guides and angels to come in and surround us and support us and help to facilitate this session and this call so that it is of the highest good for all of us. So take a deep breath and really receive that and be open. Beautiful. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. And, this is, for those of you who don't know me, I'll just tell you a little bit about me because I know, normally on the calls I'm introducing other people, right? And you don't really get to hear anything about me. So I'll just tell you a little bit about me and then we'll get right into the meat and content. So, I had a perfect life, right? I had a nice house, a good husband, wonderful children, supportive family and friends in their own way. I'll just say that, in their own way, and a good job. I had a secure government job with a pension and everything, right? So, that's something that we're all looking for, right? And I'm sure you are as well, and so I thought, and everybody thought, that I should be happy with that. right? But I wasn't. So after suffering in silence for over 20 years, I realized that the entire world that I had created really didn't align with my true joy, right, and happiness. I was not happy. I was desperately miserable. I was dying inside. There was a darkness that nothing could fulfill. And I finally acknowledged that, this was not working for me. And I called out to God and I said, okay, this is not working for me. This is not what I signed up for. And if something doesn't shift and change in my life, that's it. I'm out, And how amazingly when you actually make that demand, things start to shift and change, right? But I had to make that decision that I was not going to remain in that life anymore, that I was not going to live that life anymore, that life of emptiness, that life of trying to be everything for everybody else, trying to do everything for everybody else. So I ended my marriage, and later on I lost my job in the government. I got laid off, but that was divinely planned as well because I did not like it. So all of that changed, and over the past 5-6 years, but it was because I had made the choice. I had said to the universe, this is not what I came here to do. This is not who I came here to be. This is not what I came here to experience and express. So, once I started making that demand, that choice, and saying, no matter what, my life is changing. And that was the demand. No matter what, my life is changing. So if that means the whole world hates me, fine. If that means my whole family hates me, fine. If that means that nobody's on my side, fine. And that's exactly what happened. I had nobody, not one person in my corner. So if you know what that feels like, not one person. It's could be quite scary, right? But I knew that I couldn't live that life anymore. So, everything shifted and changed. Now, I'm a transformation consultant and catalyst for change. I'm a speaker, author, healer, coach, entrepreneur, founder of Awaken to Happiness Now. I also have a show on Om Times Radio called Shifting with Shefali. And so I'm on a mission to inspire and self-empower individuals to live authentically, enjoy, ease, and love, and to realize their full potential. Live the life of your dreams and access happiness in every moment. And, I say this a lot on my show as well. It's like, I'm here to let you know that something else is possible for you because I made that choice for myself and my life changed. So I know that something else is possible for you because I made that possible for myself, right? And, we're supposed to be happy. We're meant to be happy. We're meant to live a life filled with joy and abundance and laughter and love. That truly is what we're supposed to experience. Life is not meant to be suffered. That is not why we're here. We're not here to learn lessons. No. We talked about that the other day on one of the shows, and it's like, no, that doesn't work for me. But we are here to have experiences, right? So then it's your choice of what kind of experience you choose to have. So I'm really passionate about helping you to discover and connect to your shine signature. And so that means that who you truly are, that deep within, inside, that you don't share with other people, that you don't talk about what really matters to you. So I want to just start off, first of all, I pulled a card from my Archangel Oracle card deck. And, I was, when I was shuffling the cards and I was saying, okay, give me a message that is for my audience, and so I pulled a card and I got the card and I was like, oh, is that for me or is that for my audience? And it's like, oh, I'm going to put that one back. And so then I shuffled again and I asked again, okay, give me a card that's for the highest good for my audience. What does my audience right now need to hear? I got the same card. So it's like, okay, that means that this is the one I'm supposed to share with everyone, right? That's how I look at things. So the card I got was about being gentle with yourself at this time and surrounding yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. And sometimes we forget to do that. And I'll be honest, right now, we do seem to be going through a difficult time. I just went through a doozy in the past 3 weeks to a month. When I say doozy, I mean, when you have your dark night of the soul, yeah, there's not just one. in a lifetime. There can be many. And so I was having a dark night of the soul, and I had to be gentle with myself. So I was in bed. I mean, I was on the call every day, right? I was on my show every day. But beyond that, I was in bed or on the couch for weeks. I was in pain physically. I was energetically in pain. My soul was hurting. You name it, it was going on, and I didn't really have anybody to share that with, right? So I was doing a lot of healing work on myself, and I was also getting facilitation from other healers, some who are guests on my show, and some other ones who are not guests on my show. But I was getting a lot of work done, right, during this time. And so it was a time of going within, of reflecting, of being gentle with myself. So, this is a really important message for you all to hear, because when it comes to being authentic, it means being real with yourself. Do you need time for yourself? Do you need to do some healing work? Do you need help, right? And asking for that help. And sometimes, we try and be Superwoman, Wonder Woman, right? And try and do it all for everybody. And we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not doing that self-care or that nurturing that we need, right? So this card is really, I think, really wonderful. We need this sometimes. And right now, this was a time that I needed it. And I know, we're into November now, and so which means the holiday season, which, again, means we are going to be pulled in many different directions, right? With shopping and baking cookies and going to different parties and really engaging with a lot of people. And we may not want to do that, right? So, but we know that we're being pulled and we're going to be asked to do all of that. So when are you going to take time for yourself? When are you going to have that self-care, right? When are you going to be gentle with yourself? So that's just one little piece I wanted to share because of that card, is it really does mean you come first and foremost. And that may sound selfish, but you can't help anybody else if you don't help yourself first. And it doesn't mean that you totally stop helping other people, but you can do both at the same time, right? You can heal and you can create. I saw something on Facebook the other day about releasing or creating. It's like, why can't you do both? Why can't you release and create at the same time? It's like, I'm more of an and kind of person. And can I do this? And let's do this. And can I, let's do this. I'm not an either or type of person. I don't like limitations. Nobody can ever tell me you can't do this. It's like, what? Let me tell you something. So, but that took me a long time to get to that point where I will now say, no, I can't do this, or it's my choice not to do this. But up until the time I was 40, I was doing everything for everybody. I'm 48 now. I have no problem saying that. I'm 48. But when I turned 40, you know what my motto at that time was? I can do anything I want with whoever I want, whenever I want, because I'm 40. As if like I've finally grown up and I'm not in anybody's shadow anymore. I don't have to follow the rules anymore. I don't have to follow my parents' advice or anything that everybody else is saying. I don't have to do that. I can just be me and do what is right for me. So this is what being authentic and true for yourself means, doing what is right for you. And how do you know what's right for you, right? How do you know that what you think is right for you is really right for you? And I'll be honest, sometimes it can get tricky, right? Sometimes I've even fallen into the trap where it's like, this feels really good. I think this is right, but then when you really look at it, you realize, oh, I'm coming from a place of fear. So always look at your, why do you want to do something, right? So I'm going to take you through a quick little exercise right now, really simple. And just imagine that you have no children, no husband, nobody telling you what to do, right? So no husband, no children, no parents, no nothing. You have no limitations whatsoever. You have all the money in the world, and you can do anything with your time, anything at all that you want. What would you do? Right? So think about that. What would you do if you could do anything in the world? No limitations, no restrictions, nothing. What would you do? So, there were times in the past when, I would be, doing blog posts and emails and things like that, and a lot of Facebook posts and coaching, and some days like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not getting anything out of it. And then I ask myself, if you weren't doing this for money, if you weren't doing this because of somebody needed something from you, would you still do this? And it's like, yes. And why? Because it means something to me, It lights me up. It brings me joy. I'm passionate about it. So sometimes we can't do that right away because we're in jobs that are not passion fulfilling, right? Like my government job was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do this for the next 20 years. There's no way. But I was doing other stuff on the side, right? I was doing healing. I was doing coaching. I was doing other stuff on the side at the time that really nurtured me. So ask yourself, and if you can write in on the Q&A, what is that one thing that you would like to do? I'm not asking for like a million, and I'm not saying it has to be something that that has nothing to do with money. That has to do with what really calls you, right? What really fuels your passion. So just go ahead and write that in on the Q&A, and then we'll talk about a few of them. But that's what it comes down to. Why are you here, right? Why? Like, what did you come here to do? What did you come here to express? And what did you come here to experience? And those are the questions that I actually ask a lot of myself. What am I doing here? I'm not the person who just wakes up in the morning, goes to work, comes home. No, that's not me. And I'm not the mothering type where I'm in the kitchen cooking and baking. That's not me. That doesn't turn me on. If I could, I would hire somebody to do the cooking for me and the cleaning for me. That's just not me, right? But that could be you. So if that brings you joy, absolutely, great, wonderful. But if you're not happy, think about it. What is missing from your life, right? What can you add to your life today that will start to bring more of that joy into your life? Because who you truly are is love and joy. Absolutely, hands down, you are love and joy. And the more you can experience that love and that joy and that compassion and that bliss for yourself, then you'll be able to radiate that out to others. And this is the point that a lot of people don't talk about. We all talk about being in service, right, to the world, to others, to our community, to our family, to our friends. But what about to yourself first, right? First and foremost, your responsibility is to you. You came here for a reason. I think most of you are regulars of my show, so we've talked about reincarnation before, right? So past lives and reincarnation and all that stuff. So this is not a weird topic, hopefully. But let's face it. Before we came here, we had decided what we wanted to experience, right? And that's true. We met with our guides, our angels, our soul family, our soul cluster, everybody, and we decided what did we want to experience in this lifetime, and who were the people that were going to experience that with us, right? Who was going to be, that evil person that we just don't want to hear about or see, but they're there to serve a purpose, right? For us to wake up in some way. So I know in my life, believe it or not, I've been through hell and back a couple of times, right? And so it's taken me a long time, in these past 2 years especially, to really let go and forgive, and really let go and acknowledge whatever it was that happened, right? Those experiences, and really look at why they happened, and what was my role in it. And I had a role in everything. I created it, right? I chose it. I made decisions of some sort that I experienced certain things. And so it's like, so I don't blame anybody, really. I think there might be a little bit left, of blame a little bit. But on the whole, no, because I know that at the time, the decisions I made, the choices I made were what was right at the time. So 20 years later or 30 years later, I'm a different person, right? Hopefully I'm more evolved. Hopefully I'm more aware. And so now I can go back and look at it, oh, yes, well, I know why she did that, or I can see why she did that. And there's compassion for the younger me, right, for those decisions and those choices. But that does not mean that it wasn't painful. That doesn't mean that what I felt wasn't valid, right? Absolutely. So all these experiences that we have in our life, we have chosen. And so now we can start to really choose what is right for us now without feeling like we have no choice, without feeling like it's over. It's like there's nothing else left. There's nothing for me to do. I can't live my life to the fullest because of this and this and this. No, we can start to let go of that. We can start to heal that. We can start to release those patterns and paradigms. Because believe it or not, until you do heal the past, those patterns will continue. And they will be blocking the flow of abundance. They will be blocking those soulmate relationships that you're looking for. They'll be blocking your true expression of who you are. It's like veils, right? Or layers and layers of different veils that are there because of the experiences that you've had that you haven't let go of yet, or you haven't healed. And honestly, if I would have known this, 30 years ago, I might have made different choices, right? If I had known that I would have been persecuting myself for 25 years for something, I think I might have made a different choice. But, hindsight is 20/20. So we learn now. It's like, oh, okay, well, I understand why that happened. I understand what I did, and that's okay. It still doesn't mean that I can't be true to myself now. I can. So now the choices that I make are based on, okay, what feels good to you, right? So, for example, I left my husband, and, because I knew that what I needed for my life was totally different. I knew that I was dying when I was with him because I was always doing what he wanted, what his family wanted, all that stuff, right? And we were not on the same page, at all. I mean, we had nothing in common, nothing at all, totally different. And it was slowly killing me because I was slowly not being myself, right? And then, I remember watching a movie one day, and I saw this couple on the beach, Nights in Rodanthe, and I saw this couple on the beach laughing and joking, and there was just so much love that I saw. And it's like, and my heart said, that's what you want. That's what's missing. It's like, oh my God, that's what I want, and then I realized, like, I don't have to settle. Why should I settle, and I'd rather be alone than be miserable. So no, my husband didn't beat me. He didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. He didn't do any of that. Nice guy. But still, that doesn't mean that I have to stay in a relationship or a marriage that doesn't work for me, right? That makes me feel as if everything is my fault all the time, right? So it was a long, hard road, but in the end, I'm now remarried. Just celebrated my first anniversary last month. And it's totally different. And it is, that love that I saw in that movie. And I didn't know that was possible for me before that, right? So I didn't know that it was possible until I made that decision that that's what I want. And then I still didn't know, but, things just worked out in that way that it happened. But first I had to make that decision. I had to make that choice that is what I want. So what do you want? Right? And it always comes down to your choice. What do you want in your life? So what it means to be authentic and real, it means not trying to be the perfect mother, not trying to be the perfect daughter, not trying to be the perfect employee, expressing yourself when you need to with compassion and love, not raging anger or something like that, right? But not being afraid to be who you are. Right? Living from that space within that that you are a good person, that you are loved, and that you're valued just because you exist. And because of that, you have a right to something different. You have a right to whatever it is that you want. But think about what you want. Is it coming from a place of fear and lack and scarcity, or is it coming from a place of love? Right? And love just means feels right, feels joyful. And hopefully this is making sense to you guys. And so the easiest way that I know of raising your vibration, for example, if not everybody likes to meditate, right? I'll be honest, not everybody likes to meditate. But raising your vibration just means that whatever you're feeling right now, raising it up a notch and feeling more joy. So that could mean laughing. That could mean, that's all it has to be, just a laugh. Right, so and I talked about this the other day, watching a video that makes you laugh, that raises your vibration. It doesn't have to be spiritual, right? It just takes you out of where you're at right now. So raising your vibration just means laughter and joy and love. And so the easiest way for me is gratitude, right? And I've talked about this before, and I really strongly, highly suggest it. Feeling gratitude, a lot, as well as writing in a gratitude journal. I think writing is really important because it makes it more concrete, and because we are in a 3D world, right? And this 3D world is a world of action. It's not just a world of vibration and energy, right? So it's a world of action. So when you're feeling that gratitude, write it down. I am grateful for whatever it is, right? I'm grateful for whatever it is. It makes it more concrete and real. And that is the easiest and best way that I know of. And when you are raising your vibration, feeling that gratitude, then from that space of gratitude, you can start to create what you desire. So you can start to visualize what you would like to express or experience or have in your life. It sounds simple, right? And you're wondering, well, how is that going to happen? But the how is not in your hands, right? So it's about saying, because when you're in that state of gratitude and you're visualizing or imagining what it is that you'd like to have, and let's be realistic, like let's say you have no money right now and you suddenly want to have $1 million, how is the universe supposed to get you that? I don't believe in the lottery, I'll be honest, right? So, but I do believe in having different streams of income, right? And different opportunities. So when you're raising your vibration, you're saying, okay, I'd like to have, let's start with $10,000 a month or more, and just see yourself. What would you do with that money? How would you spend that money? What would you buy with that money? So it's not just about the physical money, but what experiences can you have with that money? That's what it's about. It's that feeling and emotion of what you would like to experience. And then be open and ask the universe, okay, universe, this is what I want. This is what I want to feel. And it's all about feeling. This is what I want to feel when I have that $10,000 a month. So can you show me how? Bring it to me, please. Give me opportunities. Show me ways that this is possible. Give me messages, and then be open to whatever comes up in your life, right? So be open to different opportunities. So, you may get the nudge to call somebody. You may see something when you're scrolling through Facebook, and you're like, oh, let me see, this sounding good. Let me call this person. It could be a million things. It doesn't mean that $10,000 is going to fall from the sky onto your lap. That's not how it happens, or it hasn't happened in that way for me, right? But you will get inspiration, you'll get ideas, and then it's for you to act on those ideas, act on that inspiration, take that first step, and then take the next step when the next step shows up, and then the next step, right? And a lot of that comes down to trust and faith, trusting who you are, right? Trusting that you are a divine child of God, spark of God, that you are God, right? Because we are all expressions of God, right? So knowing that you are, then you know that you can create anything and that you deserve anything and can have anything, right? So connecting to who you truly are means really going within and getting out of your head and focusing on your heart space. And I'll be honest, that was hard for me for a long time. I am a thinker. I'm in my head a lot, right? So it's like, how do you get from your head to your heart? And when I first learned how to meditate, and I don't really think I learned, I just was doing it, but it was my brow center that was on all the time, right? So I was as soon as I would sit down, and automatically my attention would go to my brow, right? So it's like, okay, I can't feel my heart space. I don't know what that feels like. So it took me a long time to practice, building up to that. But one of the things that I experienced when I was meditating, sitting down for meditation, just sitting down, contemplating, reflecting, was when I would take an in-breath and an out-breath, and not forcing it, just breathing, right? And then that pause between the out-breath and the in-breath, that is where the magic happens. If you can feel that space between the out-breath and the in-breath, that is a taste of who you are. So, I mean, it's something that takes practice and awareness, right? So for me, sometimes when I'm meditating, my breath goes so shallow that I think somebody who would come in my room would not even know if I was alive, because, it doesn't look like I'm breathing at all. And my kids have said that, because they walked in and they see me and I'm like, there's no breathing going on. But, I'm there. But that space between the out and the in, that is where the magic happens. And I think one of my other speakers talked about that a couple of weeks or months ago anyways, and I was surprised because oh, no, I haven't heard anybody else talk about that. But meditation really, it helps you to calm down. It helps you to get in your heart space and get you out of your head, right? And when you're connected to your heart space, to that energy, to that love, to that joy, and we connected a little bit at the beginning of the call, that is who you are. And the more you can connect to that, the more you can feel that, experience that, the more you will realize that all these other things that are happening out in the world, they can't touch you. They don't mean anything, and if you do get caught up in them, and then it's about, okay, why is this coming up for me? What am I supposed to be seeing here? What am I supposed to be aware of here, right? What is there that's coming up for me that needs to be cleared and healed and released, right? Because so anything that is coming up for you in your outside world, it's telling you to wake up, right? Wake up to who you truly are, because you're more than just these thoughts and feelings and emotions. You're way more than that. And if you can connect to your heart space, regularly, you can start with 10 minutes every day. And you don't have to feel anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit and consciously take, your attention from your mind down to your heart. And some people talk about taking an elevator. Some people talk about taking a slide, imagining that your consciousness is in your head and taking the slide down to your heart, right? Whatever it takes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's the thing. When you're first starting out, it doesn't have to be perfect. And, what happens is that when you take a step, and this is something that I again, really believe in, when you take a step towards knowing who you truly are, connecting to the divine, connecting to the divinity within you, if you take one step towards it, oh my God, that energy is going to take 2 steps towards you. That energy, that expansiveness, that love, that joy, that is you. And so when you make that effort to sit for 10 minutes, it will start to change your world. So that's about connecting a little bit to who you truly are, because you are energy, right? You are consciousness. You are light. You're not these thoughts, feelings, and emotions only, right? And so the more that we can connect to who we truly are, the more that these thoughts, feelings, emotions are going to come up. I'll be honest, they are going to come up for you to look at and be aware of, and then release them. So let's do a little bit of, we're going to do a little bit of clearing work as well. I'm just looking at, I just looked at the comments. Wonderful. So, and that's the thing, somebody's saying that they would have started a healing retreat by now. So look at why you haven't, right? So is that really what you want? And why do you want that? I'm not asking you to answer now, but I'm just asking you to think about it later on. Why do you want that? How does it feel for you? What does it bring you, right? And it doesn't matter what it is, but really think about it, and then ask the universe, okay, this is what I really, really want. Can you please help me to create it? I would like to create this. So what would it take for this to show up? What would it take for me to create this reality? Because honestly, things are not going to just show up. You have to create it, right? So that's just me. I could be totally wrong, and that's okay, but I'm a step-by-step kind of person. And I'm a doer, right? So for me, it's about what can I do or create or, to have this experience, have this reality. So you can ask yourself all those questions about, why do I want this? What is it in me that wants it, right? And what is it going to bring for me, and what is it going to bring for others, right? Ask those kinds of questions, and then ask the universe, okay, yeah, I thought about it, and this is really what I want. It brings me joy. It brings me peace. It fulfills me deep inside, and I would do this whether there was any money or not. That's where I want you to get to. Would you do this if there was no money coming in? Would you still do it? Because it's not about the money, right? It's about you and how you feel when you are doing what you truly, truly desire, right? So think about that. So let's talk about, let's clear some limiting thoughts and beliefs. So everywhere that you have allowed yourself to everywhere where you have allowed yourself to hide, for example, and not be who you truly are, to not shine brightly, to not connect to who you truly are, everywhere you have done that, are you willing to let that go now? Yes. So everywhere where you have done that, we're going to let that all go now. And imagine that you're feeling that energy somewhere in your body, right? All that resistance, all those blocks, all those fears. And I just want you to imagine that they are now going deep into the ground, into Mother Earth to be transmuted. All those thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and emotions are going deep into the ground to be transmuted. And just let it go. And now I just want you to breathe in love and grace, ease and joy. And just let go all of that no longer serves you. And everywhere you have held on to your reality, because, the status quo, because you're afraid it's going to make too many changes, hurt people. People won't understand you. Are you willing to let go of all of that energy, all of those thoughts, feelings, emotions? So just let all of that go down, deep, deep down into Mother Earth to be transmuted. And breathe in love and grace, ease and joy. And just breathe out all that stuck energy. It's going deep into the ground, into Mother Earth to be transmuted. And all that fear energy that you've been holding on to, that is stopping you from being you, the unknown that's stopping you from being you, are you willing to let that go now? Yes. So we're going to just let that go down deep into Mother Earth. And we're going to breathe in love and grace, ease and joy. And breathe out all that energy, all those fears, the unknown, the what will people think, all those judgments. We're going to let that go. And everywhere where you have felt, who am I to really be me? Who am I to be me? Who am I to think I am this or that? Right? Who am I to express the greatness of me? Everywhere where you have had all those thoughts, feelings, emotions, energies come up, are you willing to let those go? Perfect, yes. So we're just going to let all of that go deep into the ground, into Mother Earth. And thank you, Mother Earth, for taking all this energy, this stuckness from us, all these fears and all these emotions. I'm going to let them go. And we're going to breathe in love and joy and ease and grace. And breathe out all these energies. And we're going to send gratitude to ourselves, just for us being us, and love and compassion to us for all the experiences we've had. We did the best we could at the time, right? The choices and decisions we made were what was in front of us at the time, right? So compassion, we're going to bring in the energy of compassion for us. So just receive that energy of compassion. Breathe it in. We're going to bring in the energy of divine love. We're going to bring in the energy of acceptance. Self-acceptance, and acceptance of others. We're going to bring all that energy in now. And we're going to bring in the energy of lightness and playfulness. Because where there's joy, there's love and there's ease. We're going to bring in more gratitude, and we're going to bring in more playful energy as well, because we all need to play a little bit. We all take life so seriously, right? We need to play, because when you're playing, your vibration rises, right? So we're going to bring in the dolphin energy. We're going to bring in the energy of rainbows. I love rainbows. We're going to bring in the energy of sparkles. And right before I said that, I saw the sparkles in my brow and my third eye. So yeah, definitely sparkles and diamonds. We're going to bring in the golden liquid light of Christ consciousness, the light of love. I'm just going to bring that in to go all the way into your field so all of your cells can feel this love. And this feeling that it's okay. And we're going to bring in the energy of creation and creativity so that you can start to create your life the way that you want. We're going to bring in the energy of connection so that you can be connected to who you truly are, that love, that divinity within you more and more. We're going to bring in the energy of the angels and archangels. They're always around us. They're always surrounding us. They're just waiting for us to call on them. So we're going to bring in their energy so that we can really feel that love. And grace, we're going to bring in the energy of grace. Oh, beautiful. And we're going to bring in the energy of vitality and strength and support so that you know that you are supported, that you have the resources available to you. And we're going to bring in the energy of expression so that you can start to express to yourself and to the world who you are. Wonderful. How is that feeling, everyone? Let me just check really quickly. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so I wanted to also bring in some sacred energies as well, some sacred activations. So as you know, or some of you may know, some most probably don't know, but I'm also a sacred activations master practitioner. And you're like, what? Really? Yes. And so, Tamara Oviatt, I really like her and I really like what she does and her energy. And so I'm going to bring in some of these activations first. So we're going to start off with, let's see. All right. So we're going to make sure we're connected to Mother Earth, the heart chakra of Mother Earth. And so take a deep breath, and I'm going to connect in and start running some of these energies as well. Wonderful. So we're going to run the first energy activation so that you can navigate through all of the changes that you're experiencing right now with ease and grace. And this activation is going to accelerate the evolution of your DNA to new crystalline levels. And it's going to help you as Gaia evolves from 3D to 5D, it's going to help you to evolve as well with ease and grace so that you're not as affected by the changes. So just take a deep breath in as this sacred activation is running. And all of you listening now and listening later, so it's going to run through your timelines, all times, dimensions, planes, and realities, past, present, future. It's going to run through your genetics. It's going to clear out anything that's blocking you from having that ease and grace. It's going to run through the collective consciousness as well to clear out any beliefs around evolving with ease and grace. And it's going to connect you into the fifth dimensional plane, the fifth dimensional grid of Christ consciousness. And I just want you to have the intention of receiving all of these energies and activations with ease and grace and at the energetic level. So just take a deep breath and receive. And as you can see, I'm clearing a little bit. Next, the next activation we're going to run is going to increase your healing and psychic abilities. So and it's going to enable you to communicate with your higher self and your guides and your angels and creator and other realms. And this will help you to be on the right path and follow your inner guidance, right? And really be truly connected to who you are. So just take a deep breath in to receive this activation. And it's going to run through your timelines, past, present, future, and all times, dimensions, planes, and realities. So just be open to clearing all of your beliefs regarding your healing and psychic abilities, regarding communication with your higher self and your guides and angels and the creator. It's going to clear through all of those beliefs that you may have that are stopping you from doing that. It's also going to run and clear through your genetics. And it's going to clear through 3D, third-dimensional collective consciousness. So anybody who's ready to let go of those beliefs, it's going to help them to let that go in the collective consciousness. It's going to connect you into the fifth-dimensional grid, disconnect you from the 3D collective consciousness and connect you into the fifth-dimensional grid. Perfect. And the last one we're going to do is it's going to help you to be more rejuvenated and help you to focus on your dreams more easily and make them a reality. So let me just get this one started. So just take a deep breath and think about all the areas where you feel tired, where you feel stuck, where you're not able to focus. So we're going to clear out all of those beliefs and all your timelines, past, present, future, all times, dimensions, planes, and realities. And this will help you to be more rejuvenated, and give you more ease to focus on your dreams and make them a reality. It's going to go through your genetics and clear through your genetics. And clear through the collective consciousness. And it's going to disconnect you from the third dimensional grid and plug you into the fifth dimensional grid of unity consciousness. So just take a deep breath to receive, and just know that these activations will continue to run and integrate, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks. So it's going to be important for you to drink lots of water, listen to your body. If your body wants to rest, rest. If your body wants more natural food, try to eat more natural food. If your body wants sunshine or fresh air, then do that. Get out there and have fun in nature. So just connect. So I'm just going to ask you to take a deep breath, and we're going to connect into Mother Earth. And anytime that you feel lightheaded or spacey or not secure, just connect to Mother Earth, right? And so like I said before, you can just imagine that there are roots growing out of your feet, going deep into the ground and connecting into Mother Earth. And sometimes it's just that intention, you know, and just feel that connection, imagine that connection, imagine sitting in the heart chakra of Mother Earth. Imagine being held in her grace, in her support, in her loving arms. And now feel that energy coming all the way up through the earth, through the roots, through your feet, all the way up into your body, into all of your cells, all the way up to the top of your head and out into your energy field. Just feel that support and connection. All right, wonderful. So how is that feeling for all of you? I just want to know how you're doing, if you're feeling okay. And like I said, you just have to, at any time that you're feeling stuck, you know, just go to your heart space. Always. You know, whenever you're having any of those thoughts jumping around in your head, it's like, okay, well, thank you for showing that to me. I'm going to go to my heart space and ask a question there. What feels good to me? What feels right to me, right? And sometimes when we do have ideas, you know, that come into our head, ask, where is this coming from? Am I coming from a space of lack, or am I coming from a space of love? And when I'm saying love, really it means, does it feel joyful and exciting? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel light, or does it feel heavy? Does it feel like it's like you're doing something because everybody else is doing it, right? And sometimes we all do that, right? Sometimes we do things that other people are doing because we think, oh, well, you know, they can do it, we can do it too. And that works to a point, but then, you know, it's about, well, what's right for you? So I know that I am not like other hosts. I know that. And it's because I'm willing to be vulnerable. I'm willing to share who I am with all of you, because I know that whatever journey I'm on, you are also on that journey, and whatever I am going through, perhaps it can help you in some way. You know, if nothing else, you will at least know that you're not alone and that you're not crazy, right? Because when I was growing up and I was having a lot of spiritual experiences and so on, or emotional experiences and heartaches and dark night of the soul, I felt like I was going crazy, and I felt like I was all alone in the world. I never was, but that's what I felt. And at those darkest times, believe it or not, when we think we have nothing and nobody, and I'm crying now because it's like, wow. When we think we have nothing and nobody, we always have God and our angels and our guides, always. They never leave us, right? And that's about, she's getting really emotional here, sorry. And that's about connecting to them and asking for their help, and sometimes it's not even about asking for their help, just talking to them. And, say, okay, I don't know who my guides are. I don't know who my angels are. I don't even know what God is, right? But whoever is there that is at the highest light and love, thank you for being with me. And just that acknowledgement, that will help you in the biggest way. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for not leaving me alone, because you're never alone, right? And send them your love, right? I mean, and you think, why do they need my love? Why does Jesus need my love? Why do the angels need my love? Why do my guides need my love? Well, believe it or not, they're also on a journey. They're not here on this physical 3D realm. They're in a different realm of their own, right? And they're doing work, as well, right? Maybe not the angels, but definitely your guides, right? So they have a purpose as well. So they could use that love. And when you're sending out love to anybody, it's coming back to you tenfold, right? So that's not why we send love, but just know that when we're sending love out to anybody, it comes back to us tenfold. So I just want you to really feel in your heart, since we did this exercise, we did the clearing, we did these activations, we brought in these wonderful, beautiful energies. I just want you to take a deep breath into your heart and feel that love, the love of the divine, the love of your angels, the love of your guides, the love of Mother Earth, and the love of Creator. Feel that in your heart. And just expand your heart out as much as you can, even bigger and bigger than you can imagine. Honestly, it's just about imagining. Expand, expand, expand. And then from that space, just send out blessings to everyone that you can think of. Send out blessings to me. Send out blessings to people who are listening right now or listening later. Send blessings to yourself. Send blessings to your family and friends. Send blessings to your guides and angels and to God. Blessings of love, right? Blessings, just blessings. So I'm doing that right now. I'm sending you all love. Lots and lots and lots of love. I'm hugging you all. I'm sending love to my guides and angels. Thank you so much for being with me, never letting up on me. Thank you. Never giving up on me. I'm sending love and blessings to my children, my current husband and my previous husbands. Believe it or not, I have 2 previous husbands. I'm sending them love and blessings because, I can, right? Sending blessings and love to my parents and my sisters and my brother, my cousins and my aunt. Yeah, my cousin today is having a baby shower. So I'm sending her lots of love and blessings, and to her baby boy, to be. Sending him lots of love and blessings. So just send that love out and know that it's being received, right? It's being received. And send that love to yourself. Lots of love to yourself. So much love. And receive it. And when you're sending out that love to your angels and to your guides and everybody else, see it coming back to you. See that love coming back to you. They are also sending you love as well. And receive it. Just receive that love and those blessings. Say thank you. Right? Thank you so much. So how does that feel when you are able to send out love and receive love? Right? Just receive all of that. And in this space, I'm going to ask you now just to stay in this space for a little while. Enjoy this expansion. Enjoy this joy. This is who you truly are. This expansiveness, this love that you're feeling right now, this is who you are. Connect to this. more and more, all the time. The more you can, the better. And then from this space, ask yourself, oh, what do I want to do with my life, right? I'm 48. What do I want to do when I grow up, right? So what do I want to do? How do I want to share myself with the world, if that's what you want? How do I want to express myself? What do I want to experience? I want to experience magic and joy, right? So universe, show me something magical. Universe, show me joy today, tomorrow, whenever, right? Ask the universe to show you. So feel this expansiveness and then ask the universe, show me love, show me joy, show me blessings, show me abundance, show me gratitude, show me. And so that might be your new mantra, show me, right? And the more you see it, the more you'll feel it, and then the more will show up for you, believe it or not. Because the more you are aware of it and the more that you focus on it, that is what starts to show up in your life, right? So focus on the abundance, focus on the joy. I know people say this all the time, and I'm saying it too, I know. But it really honestly is how it works. What you focus on is what you will see in your life. But even what you focus on, make sure you're coming from a place of love and joy and a higher vibration, not from a place of lack and scarcity. So not from a place of fear, come from a place of love. I like I said, I just had a really difficult time the last couple of weeks, but I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful that I get to do this with you. I'm so grateful that you're in my life and on this journey with me. I'm not alone, right? And I have your support, right? And 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I didn't have that, right? So I have that. So I'm so grateful for that. And I know all of my guides right now they're all there, and they're all looking down at me, and they're all smiling, and they're saying, see, we're always with you, right? And they are. So thank them, acknowledge them, call on them, talk to them. And sometimes you may not know who they are. And 10 years ago, I did not know anything about angels at all. I mean, they did not exist in my vocabulary. Okay, maybe in my vocabulary, but no idea. Now I work with angels all the time. I work with archangels all the time. So it's interesting, right? And when it comes to guides, I did not know who some of my guides were until people told me, but some guides I kind of knew. I had an idea, or I made them my guides. For example, Jesus was, I'm not Christian, right? But I have always loved Jesus, right? I don't go to church because, I don't go to the temple either, for that matter, right? But I always loved Jesus, and Christmas time was my favorite when he was, and I used to watch the movie Jesus all the time. Didn't have to be Christmas, but I would not go at Easter. I would not go to church at Easter. That was really difficult for me, and it still is difficult for me. But my love for Jesus was so strong, but, I made him my guide. And then, years later, I would talk to a psychic or somebody, and they'd say, oh, yeah, I see Jesus. I said, yeah, that makes sense because, yeah, he's with me. I feel a strong connection to him, And so I made him my guide. It turns out I have, other connections with him, but I didn't know that at the time. Same thing with so many different people, like Yogananda, for example, is one of my guides. And it's because I had read his book 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and I fell in love with it, and he just became a part of my entourage, right? So, I used to sing or loved hearing the Gayatri mantra, right? I loved it, and I used to feel so expansive when I would hear it, and chant it and all that stuff. And it's like I was like out of my space. I was out of my head when I would be chanting it, and it's like it's so powerful. So she became one of my guides, right? And then somebody mentioned Kuan Yin, and then I found out more about Kuan Yin. It's like, oh yeah, that makes total sense because compassion, that's a strong connection that I have with compassion, So over and over again, I found out who they were, but I had connected with them already in the past. And when I found out that they were my guides, like, oh, okay, it was no surprise because I had already had those connections with them. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys, what I'm saying. Oh, God, you guys are just sending me such wonderful messages. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. So this was just a short little, call today that I wanted to do with all of you, just to share a little bit about being who you truly are. It was kind of a test just to see what I would say, because I don't really plan, but and I don't have a special offer. I'm not selling anything on this call. I just wanted to do this for you and for me, because I think it's so important for all of us to be who we truly are and be authentic and be real and be vulnerable and be open and come from that heart space. Live from your heart the best you can. It's not always easy, but it just means that whatever is coming up in our world that is causing us pain or fear or scarcity, it's to be looked at and healed. So I'm a strong believer in healing and releasing and creating. Right? So I said at the beginning, why can't we have both? Release and create. Release and create. Because when we're creating all the time. Nothing is static. It's not like we create something once and that's it forever, right? No. I'm always evolving and changing and growing. So what I'm creating is also evolving, growing, and changing. So, Awaken to Happiness Now is growing and changing a little bit, and my other site, ShefaliBurns.com, that's changing big time. So I've started offering a few little things to all of you, but that's going to change. By January, the totally new website, totally different focus. It's changing, and that's because I'm coming into alignment with who I truly am. So how that's going to show up, I'm not sure yet, but we will see, right? So I'm not stuck on one thing. It's like, we'll see what my soul wants to do. We'll see what, I want to do and what feels joyful and expansive to me, because really I'm here for me. So yes, I'm being of service to all of you, but first and foremost, I'm here for me. What did I come here to do? What did I come here to express? What did I come here to experience? And yes, I've experienced a lot of pain and suffering and hell. Yep, I'll acknowledge that. But I've also I've also started to feel and experience a lot of love and joy and bliss. So that's amazing that I'm at 48. I'm saying I'm now starting to experience a lot of love and joy. It is what it is, right? Better late than never. I'm sending you all love and blessings so that you can experience more love and joy and bliss right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go through all sorts of hell to experience this. I wish that for you, that you don't have to experience all of that. Done it for you. I know, I'm joking. I'm laughing a little bit here, but I hope I've been able to, lighten your burden a little bit today and during all of my calls. I'm hoping that your burdens have been lightened a little bit so that you can experience more joy and more peace and abundance and love, all the good that is available to us in this lifetime. So with that being said, thank you so much, all of you, for being here, for co-creating this space with me today. I am so blessed. I really am, and I acknowledge that, and I receive all of your love and support. So thank you. If you do get a chance, go back and listen to this replay. I will post it on the replay page because I think those activations, are going to be beneficial. Those clearings and releasings are going to be beneficial. And if there's any way that I can be of greater service to you, please let me know. I'm open to suggestions and feedback and of how I can, make Awaken to Happiness Now more beneficial to you, right? And, because I'm here to be of service to you as well as to myself. So I am changing some things, and so I'm going to really focus a little bit more on different things. So we'll see how that shows up in our lives, right? But I'm always going to be here to be of service to humanity and to let you know that something else is possible for you. You can create your life. You can have joy. You can have peace. You can have love and bliss. Sometimes it's choices, and those choices can be difficult, but on the other side of those choices, there's freedom. And that's what I want you to experience and know and feel. So, I could talk forever, but I want to thank you. My daughter is waiting for me. right now because she wants to watch something with me. So I said, okay, I'm just going to be gone for an hour and I'll be back, so, we'll spend some more time together when I come back. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, afternoon, weekend. And, honestly, thank you for letting me be who I truly am. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.